When we think of the year 2050, most of us think of science fiction renditions from movies with visions of flying cars and a world driven by gadget-like technology. While we should expect life to be more intertwined with advanced technology, we should also know that the main priority is likely going to be sustainability. The popular buzzwords of today's world like smart technology, organic sourcing, and emphasis on natural resources will become the predominant themes of living, likely out of necessity more so than popularity. But before we start with the topic, we want to welcome you to the Genesis channel. If you haven't yet, then subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification, and enjoy interesting topics. Here are some of the most probable features we can expect in the cities of 2050. Densely packed cities. Out of the population of 9 billion in 2050, 70% are expected to live in cities. Cities will be more densely packed than ever before. We can expect a greater emphasis on quality of life and ensuring citizens have accessibility to reduce the negative effects of overcrowding. This enhanced accessibility likely will involve streamlined access to nature, technology, desired services, and practically anything that can improve one's quality of life. Accessibility will be at an all-time high because it'll be a necessity to keep cities thriving. With more people, that also means an even greater need for sustainable practices. There will have to be citywide and even worldwide buy-in to avoid the legitimate threats of pollution, dangerous air quality, resource shortages, and much more. Localized communities and urban hubs. As the cities of the future face higher density, there will be a need to create more localized communities. The goal here will be to reverse a practice known as urban sprawl, which we see too much of right now. Sprawl refers to growth and development across large land areas with very low density yet significant environmental implications. For example, suburbs are the most common form of sprawl. These suburban areas can create some economic development, but ultimately it's hard to argue that it's enough to overrule the negative environmental and resource impact. If we continue with sprawl, we'll run out of space, permanently damage the environment, and have severe resource shortages. It's just not sustainable. Especially in the US, we can see with any major city a non-stop outward development in the areas surrounding the cities. The way we'll likely combat this by 2050 is via urban hubs, which are localized communities that include mixed-use buildings and developments. Instead of one city center, there might be 5 or so urban hubs throughout a city. Architects will design buildings for all-in-one use: residence, workspaces, social hangouts, farming, etc., to maximize space and reduce the carbon footprint per person. Modern technology will play a significant role here, making buildings and communities more useful and enjoyable. Within urban hubs, we can expect more integrated communities between age, class, and much else. Redefine transportation. As you might expect, transportation in 2050 will likely be entirely different. However, it's probably not going to be what most of us might have expected. The big talk nowadays is self-driving cars, but their future might not be all that bright in reality. Even with zero-emission cars, there are potential pitfalls from a sustainability perspective. Vehicles, emission-free or not, cause cities to be far less efficient, make it much harder for other forms of transportation to grow, and use up a good deal of resources. Streets in 2050 will likely be less present and instead will favor more space for pedestrians and alternative transportation. Cars go against the idea of reducing sprawl and making the city experience less enjoyable by the area they take up and the impact they have. They'll probably still be around, but maybe not to the extent that we'd expect. Increased biodiversity and revamped resources. As mentioned, one of the biggest threats to worldwide population growth is resource shortages. Therefore, we can expect cities of 2050 to be completely self-sufficient, or at least that's the hope. Cities will have more extraordinary biodiversity by preserving local ecology and making cities greener. Therefore, the natural environment will be much more protected, and areas in and around the city can hopefully be core resource production sources. It also means more creative ways of generating resources, with concepts such as vertical farming, underground farming, and even rooftop farming. Some vertical farming concepts are already in the works. While there is still a way to go, more advancements in technology will allow such to be possible in the future. We will need much more protection of natural environments both in and around cities. Cities will need to be self-sufficient to meet the increasing demands of population growth. This applies not only to resource production, but to energy sources as well. Cities will have to, at the very least, create as much energy as they use. Sustainable cities of the future will redefine the phrase concrete jungle, becoming more of a literal expression than a symbolic one. The idea of smart cities. Technology in 2050 will need to first and foremost aid sustainability. The tech sector is already becoming more involved, and we can expect that trend to continue. Cities will be driven by smart technology that'll make people connected in more ways than before and hopefully boost the city life experience. Efficiency will be vital, and that's where artificial intelligence and automation come in. They'll likely be the backbone of the economy and everyday life. Though the features outlined might seem far out, some of these ideas are already underway in cities across the globe. Several cities are worth paying particular attention to now and in the coming years, as they're functioning as sort of trial runs for developing sustainable cities of the future. We're sure that the idea of sustainable cities will develop and enable the sustainability of future cities, not only in 2050 but also later. But you know the future is uncertain. There may be some changes we didn't expect, and cities in 2050 will look different than anyone imagined. You never know. What is your vision of cities in 2050? Let us know your answers in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell to be notified when a new video is online. If you enjoyed the video, click like. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and see you again soon.